prototype cutting board version 2. So here we have a sidewall. This is for cutting things like bread, like a loaf of bread. So if let's say I was just right-handed, I would put it there. I grab it with my right hand. I would use my left elbow to push it up against it, and I could use that, just like that. Now, I added these screws here, and this is a cover for it. This is for safety. But you tape back the cover, and let's say I wanted to cut something like an apple or any kind of fruit. I could just shove it right on the screws. See, it went right on, and then I grab my knife and I could cut pieces off the apple. And lastly, I added this. This is just if you wanted to spread butter or peanut butter on a piece of bread. You could go like this, and it doesn't move, so I could do it with one hand.
Hello. Today I have redone my hook. I have noticed that then the material is a little bit more flexible, allowing for an easy change of the hook. So now you can make it wider and you can get a better grip on your pillow, allowing for easy access to be put on the pillowcase. As with previous models, we have struggled with this and we have heard your complaints. And now, with the ease, you can put on your pillowcase. Thank you. Have a
Hey Mr. Kronebusch, this is my second prototype for our project where we're helping people with one hand. So, as you can see, this prototype has a little bit more to it, whereas the last one was a coat hanger with rubber bands. So, right here you can see the handle where you pull this back on. From the bottom, there's two legs that hang over the edge of the table to hold it back, so this can be operated single-handedly. There's a small gray box back here that stops this from going too far back and falling out of place. There are rubber bands in place to keep it in tension, to pull it back and grab the different containers. And whereas last time it was a single flat bar coming against another flat bar, which allowed for the various items to spin, this one has two V-shaped pieces that interlock with each other to help grab various containers. So I'm going to show how it works a little bit on different things people with only one hand might have to open. So there's a water bottle, so you just stick it in there like that. Pick this up over the edge, and sometimes it helps to have your hip right here so you can make sure that it's all the way tightened. And then you just unscrew your water bottle, get the cap off to the side, pull this back, and you can take a drink. When you're done, just go like that. Again, put your hip up against it to help secure it. Then tighten your bottle when you're done, and open it back up. Can also be used for someone with a can. Obviously you can do it with one hand like that, but it does help to have something like this to hold it in place so you don't have to worry about the drink falling out of position or tipping over. Take it off, get a drink. Here we have a salsa jar, which can be a little bit more difficult to open even with two hands. So as you can see, put it right here, and sometimes it takes a little bit of effort to get it to open. Sometimes it opens, sometimes it doesn't. This is one of the more difficult ones to get. As you can see, this one's not very successful with opening a glass jar with a metal lid, which would be like a pickle jar, or as you can see, a salsa jar. But it also helps if you have a container that has a safety lid, because you can stick it in, unlatch that, tighten it a little bit, and then press down and twist it open. So that's pretty much it. I think some things that would help with the next model is making it a little bit more sturdy out of wood or like a plastic material instead of poster board and previous boxes and toothpicks and rubber bands. Another thing that would help, that was a little of a problem this time, was the tape that I used did not have a very good stick for the various containers, and it would not grip them as well as I would have liked, making it harder to open certain containers, such as the salsa. But other than that, this one went a lot better than the previous versions, and hoping my next iteration will be a lot more sturdy, because you can see this is already tilting forwards, and sometimes this doesn't come back all the way if you have a smaller container. So hopefully my next iteration will be able to address some of those problems, but other than that, it's a much better design than the previous one.
Alright, here's my second prototype. There's a wire wrapped around the chair with the sock attached to the wire. You put it on, you can grab the back, aim your toes in, and pull it up enough that you can take it out on each side and pull it up your own.